today I am working on an 8-foot long picnic table. My girlfriend had mentioned she wanted a picnic table for the yard, so I looked up some plans from howtospecialist.com and went out and made my order. I'm going to go through the wood, find the crappier, not so pretty pieces. Those will be for, you know, the legs, the seat support, and any that are like crappy on one side will be the downside. And we're gonna get started here. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is cut out the legs of the table. These legs are 3 feet long, and they have a 30-degree angle cut on the ends, which is about 3 1/4 inches according to the design, to have the feet level with the ground. So I'll need to cut 2 8-foot boards, for the 4 legs. Alright, so I don't have a nice table to work on yet. That's something that I need to get done. But until then, I'm just working on the ground. So right now we're going to cut these boards. We'll have our 4 legs ready. And then gonna do the 30-degree cut in them. And the legs will be golden. So let's go cut these up. So did a quick little change of plans and threw myself together a makeshift table. So we'll make this a whole heck of a lot easier. So I don't know if my saw isn't strong enough. The miter saw I'm using has a maximum of 1/4 horsepower, or if my blade is dull. So I took the blade out and am going to run to the store and get a new one. This was the stupidest process. I very well could have missed something as to how it's supposed to be handled. But if you look at the guard moves with it going down, so it's super safe. But I couldn't get the blade out, so I literally took the entire thing apart. Very well might have been wrong, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to get back together, because underneath here nuts go in there and then you screw it in, so I'm going to have to do it like sideways. But off to the hardware store to get a new blade just to give that a try. Otherwise it will be get a new saw, unfortunately. Alright, so I just went and got my saw blade. Got a new DeWalt construction blade. Hopefully that's good enough. And I threw up a tent above me just to keep me out of the sun just a little bit. As you can see by the shadow, I don't have a lot of space just because of the angle of the sun to where I am. But this should just help me enough, not get sunburned, not be too hot, because I hate the heat with a passion. Might have to do with the fact that I'm fat or whatnot, but it's a hot day. It's in the 80s. For me, that's hot in New England. So I'm gonna put the saw back together. Alright, finally got all 4 legs cut. The new blade worked so much better. I could use a slightly larger one to make the full cuts. I had to flip it over, which was a little annoying. Now I'm off to the cross members of the legs, and once I have those cut, I can put them all together, and that will probably be where I finish off today, since it's already 6 o'clock now. This is taking me longer than I hoped so far, but that's okay. But we'll see where I finish up in a few minutes. So right now I have to do some decorative cuts. The plans call for 1 1/3. 1 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. Cut off here. And this is on the 28.5 inch piece. And then I got to do 2 3/4 inches on the 60-inch piece. Had to think of how big it was. So these are going to be because they're squared, they're going to be at 45-degree angles, which makes it pretty easy to cut. Well, that was no bueno. Note to self, always let the saw get up to full speed first. Well, that's it for today. I started putting the legs together and I just didn't have the right size drill bit for the lag bolts I have. They're 1/2 inch at the square on the lag bolt and 7/16 for the threads. So I am not sure which drill bit I need, but I cannot do anything else at this point because I can't get the lag bolts in. So we are done for today. Here's the current progress. I was working on the top beam, the top support where the table will attach to. Got it all clamped down where everything's supposed to be. I even, drilled the holes with the bit I had, but just wasn't enough, so I need to make them. I was trying to make this bigger by hand. It just not enough. So I will be back tomorrow to hopefully get this whole table done now that I got the proper saw blade. I'll have the proper drill bit in the morning, and I'm going. Everything's going pretty smoothly now. Putting these legs together was going pretty quick until I hit another wall. So hopefully tomorrow will be the day that this table gets all done, at least together. I'm gonna have to sand the whole thing. So I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow.